Hello and welcome to the first actual sports video here on All Rounder Sports. And for the first video I thought I would look at some of the weekend's action in lots of different sports. So in this video we're going through football, we're going through cricket, golf, netball, snooker, even the London Marathon, and also some money because sportsmen get a lot of money. So here we go. And starting off with football and with a big game today, at which by the time I'm recording this the game hasn't even started yet, so I have no idea what's happened in it. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Now it's a massive game at the top of the table with Arsenal currently in third place, Chelsea top, and if Chelsea win it means they will then be able to confirm their winning of the title on Wednesday night against Leicester. Now because I have no idea what's happened in the game, and by the time you see this the game will probably have been played, in the comment section down below tell me what you thought of the game and I'll take a look at some of the opinions. Now carrying on with something that links to football but is actually outside of football, 27-year-old Sunderland and England winger Adam Johnson was this week charged with 3 accounts of sexual activity with a minor and also 1 account of grooming a girl under the age of 16. This came on Thursday after Adam Johnson answered his bail and he's expected to appear in court on May 20th. But Sunderland on the Friday then came out and said that Adam Johnson will remain a Sunderland player and will still be available to play for the rest of the season. Although he was not in the 18-man squad for Sunderland yesterday in their 1-1 draw with Stoke, which actually saw Sunderland slide into the relegation zone. So it could be a really bad time for Adam Johnson. And then the final bit on football for this video is promotion teams, with Watford being confirmed promotion to the Premier League yesterday after they beat Brighton and Hove Albion 2-0 and other results went their way in which promotion chasing Norwich and Middlesbrough both dropped points. Norwich ended up drawing with relegation candidates Rotherham 1-1 and Middlesbrough ended up losing 4-3 to Fulham, who are again are relegation candidates. So, bad results for those two, but a big congratulations to Watford. And second place Bournemouth can all but confirm promotion to the Premier League as well if they can beat Bolton tomorrow. And then also a quick bit for Shrewsbury and Burton Albion, who are promoted to League 1 from League 2, and also to Barnet, who have been promoted back to the Football League after winning the conference by just 1 point ahead of Bristol Rovers, even though Bristol Rovers beat Alfreton 7-0 yesterday in the final game of the season. And now through the football we are going to move on to cricket, and for this is going to be the England versus West Indies game, which was the second test of the 3-test series. And for once, England actually won! They wrapped up a comfortable 9-wicket victory in Grenada, which is their first overseas test win since December 2012. The first innings saw the West Indies score 299, with Marlon Samuels scoring a century, but the main talking point from the first innings of both sides was the war of words between Marlon Samuels and England all-rounder Ben Stokes. As said, they had a bit of a war of words between each other, and then it really escalated in England's first innings when Ben Stokes was out for just 8, and as Ben Stokes left the field, Marlon Samuels saluted him right in front of his face, which I thought was brilliant, to be honest. However, England went on to score 464 in the first innings, with Joe Root scoring 182 not out, and to be honest he has been England's best player by far recently. By the end of day 4 on Friday, it looked like it was going to be another draw, as the first test was, with West Indies in the 200s with only 2 wickets gone and Craig Braithwaite having scored a century. However, when day 5 came along, Jimmy Anderson got the new ball and in a spell took 3 wickets, giving up just 1 run. He also took 2 catches and got a run out as well as the West Indies collapsed to 307 all out, leaving England requiring 143 to win, with a session and a bit to go. Jonathan Trott's poor return to the England side then continued with him scoring a duck for the second time in the 4 innings in the West Indies, but then Alistair Cook and Gary Ballance held it together, built a partnership of 142 to see England home for the victory. And one last little part on this, is bad news for Jason Holder after he went down after appearing to twist his ankle and he was stretchered off the field. So, hope that's not too serious. And into golf, it's a bit of an odd story, where it's about 17-year-old Canadian Brooke Henderson. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you will never have heard of her, and to be honest, neither have I. But she managed to break a course record for the first 2 rounds by shooting 9 under par. This was done at the LPGA Tour Swinging Skirts event, which is a very odd name for a tournament, in which she had the lead after the first 2 rounds by 2 shots, although I haven't really been able to find what's actually happened since. She took 135 shots in her first 2 rounds, which broke the previous course record in this competition by 3 shots, which was held by American Stacey Lewis, and she only held that for 1 year. And Brooke Henderson is looking for her first tour win, obviously, she's only 17. And this all comes after she only got in because of a sponsor exemption after she failed to earn her qualifying tour card at qualifying school. Now going on to the London Marathon, which was today, where the main talking point was Paula Radcliffe running her last competitive marathon. Now she was doing so at the scene of where she broke and still holds the women's marathon time record. Although when I say her last competitive marathon, she was actually running with the regular people at the event, the tens of thousands of regulars doing the London Marathon, mainly for charity causes or for family causes. Have a looking at the competitive side, Ethiopian Tigist Tufa won the women's event, and Kenyan Eliud Kipchoge won the men's event, which actually saw a 1-2-3 for Kenyan runners. Now looking into the snooker, where the World Championships have been going on for the past week and they won't end until this time next week. And there's not really much to report here so far. I'll be able to do a lot more on that once the tournament gets towards the end. But the main talking point from this is World Champion Mark Selby is out after being knocked out in the last 16 by qualifier Anthony McGill, which is the biggest shock so far. But again, let's talk a lot more about this once the tournament gets towards the end. I have to say, snooker is one of those weird sports that you wouldn't think would be a spectator sport, but you can really actually get into it. And I have something I wouldn't normally talk about, which is netball. It's not really something I consider really. I probably should though. But the Super League Grand Final was yesterday, where Surrey Storm beat the Hertfordshire Mavericks 56-39 to win their first ever Super League title. So congrats to them, although I have to say I'm not really the biggest fan of netball. And finally, to wrap up, the Sunday Times released their British sports rich list, in which they listed the top 10 fortune owners of sport. That's probably the weirdest way I could have said that. But the 2014 Formula 1 World Champion Lewis Hamilton is top of the list with an £88 million fortune. Second place is England and Manchester United player Wayne Rooney with £72 million. And in third place is F1 driver Jenson Button with £71 million. The rest of the names on the list go: fourth place Andy Murray, £48 million. Fifth place Rio Ferdinand with £44 million. Sixth place Steven Gerrard with £42 million. Tied seventh are Luol Deng and Jose Mourinho with £40 million. Ninth place is Frank Lampard with £39 million. And tied 10th are Sir Nick Faldo, Ryan Giggs, Rory McIlroy and Arsene Wenger, all on £38 million. So with all that money, tell me what you think about it in the comment section down below. Do sports people really deserve these fortunes? Or could they go to a lot better causes? It's pretty obvious really, but what causes could they go to? And with that, that is it for this first video. It's been quite a long one, I know, but if you have been able to stick through it, thank you very much. If you have liked it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you want more sports content, and thanks for watching.